Órale, Cholo Truck, los tres chingones boxing shouts, all the chingones y chingonas. Mikey, the boxing scientist, will not be on with us here this weekend, but we do have El Gran Chingon, El Mero Mero, one, Mr. David Contreras.
Hey, what's going on, Ed? How you doing, man? Listo. Hey, you know what? I can't wait. That card tomorrow night's gonna be a great card, man. Can't wait.
Before we get into that, David, for everybody who's not living the dream like you are, carnal, rub it in our face a little bit, brother. What's
Uh,
going on in your background and what are you up to?
you know what? I'm in a place called Dunedin, which is probably about a half an hour south of Ocala, Florida, and we're at these springs. It's called Rainbow Springs. If you guys get a chance, Google it. Rainbow Springs. And my wife and I, we come here maybe every 2 or 3 months. We have stand-up boards, and we come doing stand-up boards. Pero literally yesterday, we were at a place called Wachi River, and alligators were right next to us.
Oh,
The thing is, Holmes, don't fall, man. And I'm telling you, Ed, you look down, they're water springs, and they're 20 feet. Some places are 20 feet, some are 3, 4 feet. But you see the beautiful turtles, you see God's beauty, you see the beautiful fish coming down from under you, and it's pretty warm. Then you jump in the water. The water in these springs, they're hey, what's up, Anthony? The water's it's 72 degrees. So it's 97 degrees outside. And all I do is just yesterday I couldn't jump in because of the alligators. But today over here in Rainbow
yeah.
Springs, hey Holmes, me la pasé todo el día tirándome clavados from my board. Hey, ¿sabes qué? It's heaven, man. And like I said, we come up here every 2 months. We stay at different hotels. And right now we're staying at a hotel. We go back tomorrow. We've been here for 3 days. And all I do, bro, is just on my stand-up board. Hey, you know what? It's a blessing, man.
I,
It's a
oh,
beautiful blessing. And you know
oh,
what, Ed? Before I forget, as I'm going, I'm talking to the Lord. That's my time to talk to the Lord. I'm talking to my
mm.
mom who passed away last year, talking to my father, talking to those that have passed. It's just a time for me just to really meditate on the Lord and meditate on people that are no longer with us, but they're in my heart. So it's a blessing. But I'm
I, I,
thinking about boxing too, Holmes.
okay, I just want to make it
Yeah.
clear, David. I just want to make it clear. You're in the water on a board while there's
Yeah.
alligators in the
Yes.
same water.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Oh,
Yesterday where we went, we
oh,
can't go swimming. We can't go swimming. But you know what? The alligators don't bother you. They're not gonna come and bump you. The only time that's ever happened,
ah,
there was a group of Russians 2 years ago in the same river we were at yesterday. They were hitting the elevators. I mean the alligators with their paddle. Dude, I see them. Travis Gay. Sometimes if they're pretty big. I mean, you don't see them every. I mean, you see them once in a great while. You know what I mean? But you do see them. They swim by you. If they're small, I don't even pay attention to them. But if they're big, I haven't seen a really big one. But if I do, hey Holmes, I'm not gonna be on my feet. I'm gonna get on my knees and paddle slowly. You know what I mean? But it's normal over here because if anybody tells you there's no alligators in Florida, they're lying to you. Alligators are everywhere. They're everywhere.
g- hey, look, man. I look. If I was on one of those boards and I saw an alligator in the water, I'd be talking to God as well. I'd be talking to God. Ah, good gosh, man.
Yeah,
All
that's
right. Well,
cool.
enjoy yourself, David.
Yeah,
All right,
thank you,
brother.
brother.
Well, hey, listen. We actually have some fights tonight.
Yes,
Um,
Mobili.
we do, yeah. First, let's talk just real quick, man, on Black Prime, the return of Deontay Wilder. I don't know who this guy is that he's fighting. Herndon. I don't know. I'd never heard of him. I don't know who he is. Deontay Wilder looks like he had an epiphany, but again, how many times have we said that about fighters? Hey, looks like he's turning it around. Deontay Wilder, I don't know. He's what, 40, 39? I don't know how old he is, but um, he broke up with this lady. He left his longtime girlfriend. He left his trainer. He's saying he got rid of all the poison in his life. He's not in the spotlight like he once used to be. He used to have a pretty big fan base. He got into the whole racial thing, and everybody black, jump behind me. I'm here for other people. It looks like he's kind of gotten away from all that. He's fighting in Wichita, Kansas, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Wichita, Kansas, which I never heard of that being a fighter town. Um, and he's saying that he has a little bit of a run in him left. What's your thoughts, David?
You know, I always like to watch Wilder. He wasn't a great boxer, but he's like, I mean, he's that bomber. You know what I mean? That always surprises you. I hope he did get his life in order, and I hope that he gets paid well, and I do hope he does make a run for it. I don't think he's going to be a world champion ever again, but he'll keep us entertained. He'll make some money. At the same time, I hope he's rebuilding himself. You know what I mean? I hope he's rebuilding himself. I'll watch the fight.
Yeah, when he first came on the scene, David, I was a big fan of his. I was,
Mhm.
man. He was knocking dudes out left and right, and then when the competition stepped up, that's when you found out that hey, he's really not that good of a boxer. Like you said, he's just got that equalizer, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, And then he started going a little too deep into the whole racial thing. Look, boxing, I'm fine with you saying that you fight for your people. I got no problems with that. It's all over boxing. The Boricuas do it, the Irish do it, the Mexicanos do it. That's cool. But when you turn it into something different, that's where I'm just kind of like, I don't know, dog. Now you're kind of just race hustling. Um, he got rid of his trainer. He got rid of his girlfriend. I don't know who his chick was. Girls can be poisonous. To all the fellas out there, you know what I'm talking about. Girls can be poisonous to a man's life. Um, I hope he's getting it back together. And you know what, David? I still, I still want to see him versus Anthony Joshua. Even though they're past their prime, even though that fight is not what it used to be, I still want to see it. David, do you?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I was saying, I hope he has a good run, man. I hope he has a good run. I'd like to see him fight Andy Reese someday. I mean, they're both has-beens. I'd like to see that. That'd be a pretty good fight. You know who I would really like to see him fight is against Torres, our
Oh,
artillery future. I don't know about future champion, but he needs to step it up. And I think fighting a Deontay Wilder, or even I think you mentioned Andy Reese, I think it would be good. You know what I mean? After this fight, then let's throw him in with Andy Reese. We never saw that. I'd like to see him fight Torres. That
yeah.
would be a good fight too.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be pretty good, man. I still want to see him versus AJ. I do, and I still want to see AJ versus Tyson Fury. I know it's past their
Mhm.
prime. That time has come and gone. But if they could still make it happen, I'm still down with this. So yeah, I'm gonna watch, and I'm assuming he gets a knockout. I think he needs to win by a knockout. Hey, also tonight, David, Christian and Billy versus Selecki. I don't know if Selecki has fought since the last time I see him. The last time I saw Selecki, he got knocked out with a vicious body shot by Diego Pacheco. I was there at that fight. I was
Oh,
calling it.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got the
Yeah.
credential and I was calling the fight here on this channel. I
Mhm.
was there in person while when Pacheco knocked him out with a body shot. I don't know if Selecki has fought since then. I don't think he has, but I'm not too sure. But what do you make of this fight, David and Billy and Selecki?
You know, I got him Billy on this one. Selecki, I think he's up. Isn't he up there now? I'm a Billy. Hey, I got my Billy on this one. I think my Billy really he was supposed to fight Pacheco, but Pacheco decided to fight somebody else.
Mm,
Um, he needs to step it up, man. We need to see if he's the real deal or not. You know what I mean? Uh, he killed Akhmedov.
okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Gracias, Dimitro. I wasn't
Thank you,
sure if he fought
Dimitro.
since then or not.
Yeah.
Team Triple G. Oh, he's on Team Triple G.
So Triple G is that what's his name, the Chicano trainer, or is he the Triple G team out of Oxnard? Do we know? Because I don't think he's part of
Yeah.
Joel Diaz's team.
No, well, Triple G split ways with Abel Sanchez a while back.
Oh
So
yes, Abel, you're right. Is it
yeah,
is it is it the Oxnard Triple G card? Because I mean, there's a bunch of Russians fighting out of Robert's old gym in Oxnard.
yeah. I don't know, man. But Who do you got in this fight, David?
I got my Billy. It shouldn't. It should. It's not going to be an easy fight, but I mean, he should be able to knock him out sixth, seventh round.
I say this, man. Zuletsky, he always brings it. You know, he
Mhm.
always brings it. But yeah, he's not a great fighter. I give him the respect that he brings it and all, but this should be a showcase fight for Mbilli.
Yeah,
I would think at least to put somewhat of a decent name. I mean, Selesky isn't really that well known, but at the very least, he has a little bit of a name. But I mean, how much credit do you really give Mbilli if Pacheco already knocked this guy out? So yeah, I got him, Billy. It's a 12-round fight. I say him, Billy. Does he stop him, David?
I think you will. I think. I
Okay.
mean, Pacheco stopped him, and you know what? That's why I wanted to see Billy fight Pacheco because that's going to show me where he's at. Pacheco stopped him with that body shot. What round was that, Ed? I don't remember. I remember the body shot, but I don't remember the round.
I think it was like the sixth round.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was the sixth round. Okay, Dimitro, got you. Akhmedov is part of Triple G's. Okay. All right. What's up, Puerto Rican Rum?
What's up, brother?
Puerto Rican Rum, you're one of your fighters from Boricua, man, is fighting tomorrow. We'll get to that in a second, man. Uh, yeah, so you know what? I think it's pretty decent for a Friday night. Christian and Billy versus Selexky and Deontay Wilder. I don't know who this Hearn Dunn guy is. I didn't ask you on that one, David. Does Deontay Wilder get a knockout tonight?
He should. He should.
Okay,
I mean, it's a
okay.
comeback fight. I'm sure that the guy that he's fighting, we've never heard of him. So it's a showcase fight, like you say. It's a showcase fight. He should get a knockout to build his resume back up and to build his self esteem, even though he's fighting a nobody.
It's a 10 rounder. So, I mean, if he wants to get back in the mix, like I'm with you, David. I don't think Wilder will ever be the top
No.
or get close to it ever again. But if he wants to, you know, probably spark a fight up with Anthony Joshua or Andy Ruiz, something that's going to be exciting like that, I think he needs to get a knockout on this. But all right, man. Let's get to tomorrow's card. Were there weigh-ins for Jake Paul and Chavez Jr.? I
Yes,
didn't see
yes.
anything.
They were at weigh-ins earlier today. I don't think they made a big. Well, actually, they did. I watched them. They were pretty interesting. There were weigh-ins and they all made weight. The only one that came in at 135.4, they gave him an hour, 2 hours to get back, was Farmer, and he came back at 135.
Okay. Okay. All right. Look, man, I do like some of this. I am interested in seeing the even the girl fight. Holly Holm, she's the first one to beat Ronda Rousey in the UFC, and she's a boxer. Kurel is fighting in this fight. Last time I saw him, he got a draw against David against Alexis Rocha. But let's get to um, Kid Austin Schofield against Tevin Farmer, David. Young Lion versus Old Lion at 135 pounds. In my opinion, I think this is going to be fight of the night, man.
I agree. I was about to say that, but you took the words out of my mouth. That's going to be the fight of the night.
And what's your thoughts on Schofield and Farmer? Farmer's no punk. He'll go in there and he'll mix it up.
Farmer's going to knock him out. Farmer is going to knock him out or he's going to win unanimous decision. This kid hasn't fought anybody at Farmer's level. When he was going to fight Shakur Stevenson, he faked that he was sick. He couldn't even do that well. Dude, he didn't get poisoned in Saudi Arabia. You know what I mean? That's all a bunch of lies. Dude, he he peed on himself. You know what I mean? And that's why when they asked him yesterday at the press conference, tell us about it, he goes, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Why? Because one lie bestows another lie. He doesn't remember what he initially said. So that's why he doesn't
Mm.
want to talk about it. You know what I mean? One lie makes another lie. So I'm telling you, Farmer is the real deal, man. I mean, Camarón is no joke, man. He's not a punk. You know what I mean? And he went he went 24 rounds with Camarón. And you know what? He knocked Camarón down. He's the real deal. And he fought Murataya. I mean, at what name anybody at that level that Schofield has fought? Nobody. So, dude, he's fighting a real killer. He's a little older now. He's cross-eyed, and that has nothing to do with it. Just not a joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pero, dude, he's the real deal, man. He hits hard. He could take a punch, and you know what? I can't wait to see him tomorrow. I think that's gonna be fight of the night. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Anthony Bravo. No, I don't know anything about PPN. Honestly,
What's that?
that's new to me. No, Anthony Bravo asking about a PPN World Tournament. I don't know what that
No, I didn't
is.
ever heard anything about that.
No, no. But all right. So look, when it comes to this fight, um, you're right, David. Schofield was supposed to fight Stevenson. He pulled out. He said he has some sort of stomach virus, and then he claimed that they poisoned him, and then they didn't poison him, and then it showed him training like 2 days later. He's okay. So it's like, okay, he didn't want to fight Stevenson. He's a lot younger than Tevin Farmer.
Yeah,
And I do believe that Farmer still has dog in him. He's
he
what,
does.
34 years old?
Yeah.
That's not where it's like, well, he's way past his prime.
No.
First of all, Farmer was never, in my opinion, he was never great.
No.
But the pressure that he brings, and he's one of those guys, man. He's one of those warriors where it's like, you're gonna have to kill me to beat me. And I
Yeah.
don't know if Schofield can really live up to that measure. Now you're asking David, has Schofield, what's on his resume? But we gotta remember, David, Schofield's really young.
Yeah.
So he's building his resume. Can it be, David, that this young kid just out slicks Tevin Farmer?
I don't see it. I don't see it, but can it happen? Yes, of course. I mean, there's nothing for sure in this life except death. You know what I mean? And taxes. And taxes. But other than that, brother, it can happen. I don't see it happening, man. I don't bet on fights, but if
Mm.
anybody's betting on against Farmer, dude, get your money back. You're gonna lose it. I don't bet on fights. But I'm telling you, it can happen. I don't see it happening.
Wow, man. Okay, how does this fight end?
You know what? Either by knockout with Tevin Farmer, because he's going to wear him down. This guy could hit him as hard as he can. Farmer's not going to go out. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And he's not going to be able to last 12 rounds. It's a 12 rounder, right? Or 10 rounder?
It's a 10 rounder. It's a 10
Well, he's
rounder.
not going to be able to last with the pressure. Farmer, look at the pressure that he gave Camaron. He even gave Camaron Murataya, but Murataya would beat Schofield. He's not at that level yet. You know what I mean? This kid made a mistake by taking this fight. He should have fought somebody not at Farmer's level. And that's why Stevens, everybody's running from Farmer. Farmer's the real deal, man. Especially now,
I,
135. He's strong. He's gonna make
I,
everybody look bad.
hey, David, do you just don't think Schofield's good? I mean, I think he's pretty good. He's young. Again, the argument of who has he fought, definitely, but he's young. He's starting to come up. This is his biggest fight. But do you think he's just not good, David?
I think he's good, Ed, but he's not at Farmer's level right now. I think they should have given him somebody, not at that level yet. You know what I mean? He's trying to surpass other fighters. I mean, dude, Farmer's the real deal. I mean, I think he's good at. I think he could be a world champion, but not now, not now. And the guy that he's fighting is a former world champion. I think he should have fought somebody that wasn't as experienced as Farmer right now. And I can't think of one right now. Maybe somebody could help us with think of somebody that isn't at Farmers. Everybody's underestimating Farmer, but Farmer showed us once again. I mean, look at that fight when he fought Jojo Diaz. You know what,
Hmm.
4 years ago. I mean, it was a slugfest, man. And you know what? This kid, you know what? If he would have fought Jojo Diaz, that would have been a good fight for him right now. You know what
Or
I mean?
or
Build him up, you know?
or as Demetrio likes to say, Yorioki's Gamboa.
Exactly, exactly.
You know
Yeah.
what? Okay, all right. I saw they had a sit down, a face to face interview, right?
Mhm.
And Farmer, he said, David, he said he knows the judges aren't going to be on his side.
Yes, he
He
does.
he he feels that he has
Mhm.
gotten robbed, and I don't know if he really got robbed. He's gotten, close bad decisions, but he knows that the judges are not behind him. That he said something along the line, and I'm paraphrasing, that he has to fight him and fight the judges. But nonetheless, no excuses. He's going there to fight. David, does he have to knock him out? Do you see a robbery happening
Oh
tomorrow?
yes, yes, without a doubt. And I know Puerto Rican Rum is saying that he has Schofield, and if it was an old farmer, you got to remember, farmer took 3 years off, and I don't know
Mm.
what he did, but he's a pretty clean guy. You know what I mean? I'm sure he didn't go crazy partying and cocaine. I don't think he did that. So he took 3 years off, 3 or 4 years off. So he's back. Um, yes, he needs to knock him out. He needs to knock him out. He will get robbed, and people are going to be pissed off. He will get robbed because
Look,
Oscar has his hand in this.
yeah, yeah. I like Farmer. I'm a fan of Farmers because the dude brings it. I never thought he was great, but I always thought that I always respect the Guerrero. I
Me
always
too. He's a
respect the
guerrero.
wa-
Yeah,
the warrior heart and the
yeah.
gladiator spirit, and that's what he has, man. And I think he gives anybody and everybody a problem. I think he has gotten the short end of a stick on some of the decisions. I don't want to say robbery, but he's gotten definitely the short end of the stick of some of the decisions. I do see that happening tomorrow, David. Unfortunately, he's either going to have to drop Schofield once or twice to get the decision. If not, if not, don't I do not see how they don't score it for, how they don't judge it for Schofield winning this fight. I think Farmer has to score at the very least, very least one, drop him one time at the very least, man. If not, then he's got to stop him. But yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks to be in Farmer's position, but yeah, I mean that's the reality of it. So, David, let's go to the. So I'm gonna. Oh, I didn't give my decision. Yeah, I think Schofield by decision.
Okay.
I do. I think he's gonna run around a lot. I think he's gonna not so much do what William Skull did to Canelo. Maybe I think he'll engage a little bit more, but it'll be a very safe fight. The way Schofield's gonna be just running around the ring, trying, he's not gonna want to stand in there and engage with Farmer because Farmer will bring it. And at the end, everyone's gonna be like, I think Farmer won, but it was a little close, and they're gonna give it to Schofield. And I think that's the way it's gonna go down, man. I think that's how it's going down. What's up, Shawana Rain? Okay, Turk basically said today, told the world he's going to rob Berlang. Yeah, I saw that, man. I saw that. Guerrero winning by points. Let me see. Let's get to the co-main event, David. Zurdo Ramirez versus this Cubano. I don't know who he is. If anybody knows who he is, man, let us know. Dorticos. I never heard of him. Um, they're fighting at cruiserweight. The three knockdown rule had Zurdo's trainer on there this week. This dude's young, man. I don't know
He
how
is.
old he is.
Yeah.
He looks young, man. I swear he looks like one of those guys from the movie Surf Ninja, which is a horrible
Yeah.
movie. Don't nobody go watch it, but he looks like a young kid. They had him on there. I don't know. I kind of like I like this kid's I dig the cut of his jib, man. I'm like, okay, I kind of like this guy. I don't know how old he is, but they had him on there, and that's when they brought up, hey, ever since you got a hold of Zurdo, that's when he started being a little bit more on his toes, moving around the ring a little bit more. He wasn't so flat footed. And that's when I started actually becoming a fan of his. So this trainer, this young Asian trainer, has actually worked some good stuff with him, man. What do you make of this fight tomorrow, David?
You know, it's a showcase fight, even though Dorticos, um, is a contender. Um, it's a showcase fight for Zurdo. And I think that Chua, yeah, that's him. I like that kid.
Sure.
I like
Yeah.
that kid. He's a good
It-
kid.
it-
And he's from Southern California, right? From LA area somewhere, Oxnard?
Originally,
Yeah.
originally he was from Iowa or Illinois or something like that,
Really?
and then he moved to L.A. when he was like 18 years old.
You know
He
what? His
was
father must have been in the military, man, because at Chino in Iowa, you don't see
yeah.
that
They,
often, right?
okay, they talked about that. It was a
Did they?
funny story.
Yeah.
They talked about that,
Yeah.
how they had a business. The family had a business there, and he was one
Okay.
of they're one of the only Asians there. But that now
Exactly. Yeah.
it's there. He's only 35. Good
Wow.
gosh,
Okay.
man! Wow, yeah, he's a guppy, man. But I mean, he's worked good. He's honestly, man, I see huge improvements in Zurdo.
Yeah.
But go on, David. What's your thoughts on this?
No, no. Like I said, Zurdo should win. Should win by knockout. Fifth, sixth round. He should win by knockout.
Okay. Dorticos was a contender in the late 2010s.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. All right.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I don't know
That's
much about
25
him.
years ago. No, that's 15 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's up, Pete Town? Shouts to
Hey,
Pomona,
what's up,
man.
Pete?
Okay, he's from Indiana, and then moved
Oh,
to
okay.
LA at 18. Okay, yeah,
Okay, that
yeah,
makes a little more sense than Idaho. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
makes a little bit
and
more sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, his family wasn't in the military. There was a family business there. They moved there, and it was a weird story, but um, okay, Zurdo is getting better and better and
He
better,
is.
man. And I'm liking it. I think this guy, I don't, I saw him in person. He is a big dude. I do think one day he can go to heavyweight at
Mm.
some point. Um, I don't know who Dorticos is. Uh, People are saying that Dorticos is a washed
Washed.
fighter. He used to
Yeah.
be something once upon a time. Okay, so it's a showcase fight. It's just another fight for Zurdo to get acclimated with his trainer. I see improvements with him. Once upon a time, I'm like, man, this dude sucks, man. Now, now I think this version of Zurdo can compete with Dimitri Bivol. This version of him, the way he moves a little bit more, I think I'm not saying he'll beat Bivol, but I think he can compete with him because the first fight, very flat footed, no movement, doesn't use the ring. I was like, nah, this guy's horrible. But I'm actually becoming more and more of a fan. It's a showcase fight, I guess. Like I said, I don't know anything about Dorticos. Does he stop him, David?
Yes, he should stop him.
It's a
He
12
should stop him.
rounder.
Yeah, he should stop him fifth, sixth, seventh round. Between those three rounds. He should stop him. And I agree with, I think it was JC that said that he's washed up. He is washed up. So
That
he should stop
Dorticos
him.
is washed up.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Miz is becoming a complete fighter. He's becoming a good complete fighter, man. I'm liking him. I'm liking him. I
Me
like
too.
what I see. I like what I see from him, man. So remember when Zurdos said me la pela? Yeah. All right. Let's get to the main event, man. Zurdo versus
You
Benavides.
know, Ed,
We favorite.
that's a
Hey,
fight that I
you
would love to see. And I would
okay?
go with Zurdo. I would go with Zurdo on that one. I would
Okay.
love to see that fight
All right.
at 160. I mean, at cruiserweight, 190.
190. Okay,
Yes.
before we get to the main event, let's go through that a little bit because that was in the interview with his trainer, and they were
Really?
talking. Yeah, they were talking
Mhm.
about okay, what's going to happen because there is word out there that Zurdo will fight Jake Paul if Jake Paul wins, and
Yes.
the trainer, Chua, he said, look, I want everybody to know. I'm the trainer. I'm not the matchmaker. I'm not part of the team. I'm not part of his management. I train him. But he let it be known. I don't want that. I'm letting it be known. I do not want that fight. Is it out there? Yeah, sure. But he named names like Benavides. He named Jairo Pataya. And I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, okay, that's good. What should Zurdo do, David, after if he wins, which we're all predicting he will?
Chayo Bataya. He needs to unite all the belts, and just like Usyk did. Usyk did it, so he needs to do that and then go to heavyweight. But if David ever wants to go up to cruiserweight, that's a fight that I would love to see, and I got Zurdo on that one. But I would love to see that fight.
If Zurdo looks really good, um, Benavides at the moment doesn't have a fight. I think that's something that they should do, man. Later this year, I think that's a fight that could really sell. If Zurdo is about to probably get the most exposure that he's ever got. He's the co-main event in a Jake Paul fight, right? And I think all the Mexicans are going to be watching because of Chavez Jr. So Zurdo's about to get the most exposure. I think after tomorrow night, should he win, should he look good, I think people might start pressing for that fight. Maybe not to the extreme how they were pressing Canelo versus Benavides, but I think they're going to start pressing David Benavides versus Ramirez. And I think that's a good fight, man, because I think that one can go either way. I probably, at this moment, I'd probably favor Zurdo. How say you?
You know what? I hope that the people start pressing that fight because I'm tired of hearing that Canelo, Benavides. I mean, I'm tired of that, bro. You know what I mean? I am tired of that. But you know what? I would also like to see Zurdo spank Dorticos tomorrow and then make $50 million fighting Jake Paul. And he will spank Jake Paul. Jake Paul needs to be spanked. And I know we're going to talk about that. You know what I mean? Zurdo would spank Jake Paul. And I think we need to see that. I would like to see it. You know what I mean? But I think Opataya would be his next fight. And I think we should start pushing for, like JC says, Benachichis to go to 190 and fight Zurdo. I'd love to see that fight. And I'm with you, Ed. I got Zurdo on that one.
Hey, JC, there was major talks about Benavides
Oh,
versus
yeah.
Callum Smith, but it I don't know if it fell apart. It just kind of went silent, and from what I understand, it fell apart and it's not materializing, man. But that's a fight I would like to see.
Yeah.
Jake Paul is much bigger payday for Zula. Hey, man, you guys leave Jake Paul alone, Holmes. What,
Make
David,
some
and the rest
money.
of you guys are bullies, man. Over here wanting Ramirez to go in there. He'll kill Jake
Yes, he
Paul,
will.
man.
He
And
will. He will.
I want to make it clear, I am a fan of Jake Paul.
Yeah.
I am a fan of Jake Paul. Zurdo, listen, I'll tell everybody right now, Ryan Garcia will murder Jake Paul. Ryan Garcia. Okay, off the PEDs, off the PEDs, Ryan Garcia will destroy Jake Paul, man. So yeah, no, I don't want to see that. All right, let's go ahead and let's get to the main event. It is the biggest rivalry in all of boxing history. Puerto Rico versus Mexico. David, coming out of the land of warriors, the land of Boricuas. Jake El Gallo Paul, man, versus the son of a legend from Mexico, the land of guerreros, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. David, it doesn't get any bigger than this. I've been wanting this fight for a long time. I am ready, man. I'm telling you guys, sometimes I complain a lot about boxing. But when things like this happen, it reminds me how much I just need to love boxing. David, what's your thoughts on this, brother?
So you're telling me you love purple cock, dude? Purple cock, purple cock. You're telling me you love purple cock,
I'm not even sure where we're
dude?
going with
His
that.
his his name is El Gallo Dorado. That's what it means. It means in English. It means purple cock. Think about it. Gallo Dorado. He claims Puerto
Okay.
Rico just because he lives in Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? The guy's
Mm,
what, 6'2", 220 pounds, blonde hair, blue eyes. You know what I mean?
mm.
Just because he lives in Puerto Rico and he has the name Gallo Dorado, which means purple cock. Think about it. You know what I mean?
Uh,
I mean,
okay.
okay, okay.
He,
So what I'm trying to tell you is he doesn't even know what it means in English. Gallo dorado. You know what I mean? So what I'm
mm,
trying to say is, you know what? He's picking the has-beens, the weak, and I don't know where you're going to go to predictions right now, but dude, Julio Cesar Chavez, I love his father. That kid, I've met him twice. Good kid. He's addicted to drugs. You know what I mean? He's fought with that addiction for many years, but he's a good-hearted kid. With that said, Jake Paul knows that. Jake Paul knows that he's a bully. He's a bully. The purple cock is a bully. That's the bottom line. And it's really not Mexico versus Puerto Rico. It's Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. versus Purple Cock. That's what it is. El Gallo Dorado, right?
okay. All right. Look. Okay. Jake Paul is fighting to his standards, though, David. I
Yes,
mean,
he is. Yes, he is.
he's
Yes.
fighting all these former athletes. So that's why I give him credit, right? So is he fighting boxers, like real boxers? Like, no, throughout his career, he hasn't been doing that. But if you were to tell me, hey, there's this white boy on YouTube and he's gonna fight a former NBA player, I honestly, I would choose the NBA player just because he's an athlete.
Yes. Hmm.
He's an athlete at the top of his level. Jake Paul knocked him out. Jake Paul knocked out a wrestler. Jake Paul knocked out. If you were to tell me like, hey, this guy, this white dude that doesn't really have boxing experience, he's a YouTube guy, is gonna box an MMA guy, I would pick the MMA guy because he's a top elite athlete at the top level. Jake Paul's been knocking these dudes out. So I understand. I get when people get upset at him, like, oh man, but look who he's knocking out. But look who Jake Paul is. He has no amateur experience. He picked up boxing at I don't know how old he is or when he started. He started boxing what 5 years ago. So and everybody I hear it from, they're like, hey, this dude does put in the work, you know. So I don't think he's a bully, David. He's fighting an actual boxer. He's fighting Chavez Jr.
And you know what,
Chavez
Ed?
Jr. was in the ring with Canelo at one point.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. In what, 2020, something like that? No, no, not even that.
No,
2017.
yeah,
2017.
yeah,
May of
yeah.
2017, May 5th. Hey, but on another note, we need Jake Paul. Boxing needs, he's bringing in this next generation. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
we need Jake Paul. And what I like about this card, this is out of all the cards that he's had, this is the best card because it's bringing in good fighters. And those young kids that watch him are going to be able actually to see blood. They're going to see knockouts. They're going to see a great card instead of him just fighting Mike Tyson, fighting Julio Cesar Chavez. I think it's going to be an entertaining fight. I don't think there's a fix in this one. I think Tyson was a fix. Others were fixes. This one, I don't think there's a fix, but I just think that Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He's washed up. He's washed up, and we're going to see it. Um, yeah, he's washed up. But
Well,
you know what? Jake Paul is great for boxing. Great for boxing.
well, David. I mean, can a washed up boxer beat Jake Paul though? I mean, to me this is why I'm kind of interested in this fight because I think they kind of meet at the level. If Chavez Jr. really takes this serious and he dedicates himself, I truly believe he'll stop Jake Paul. I do believe that. Um, but what Chavez Jr. are we gonna get? I don't know, man. So look, people hate these things. They call it a clown show. They call it all that. But I'm with you, David. He's put on so many boxers. He's women's boxing. I mean, women's boxing in what a week or two, they're gonna have an all women's boxing. Jake Paul started that.
Yeah.
You know, he got that ball rolling, man. He's the one that got that going. Look at the undercard in this fight. This is Jake Paul doing this, man. So I got no hatred for the dude. If he wants to go in there and fight washed up MMA guys, That's cool. I think it's gonna be an entertaining fight as long as he fights up to his level. The Mike Tyson thing I thought was kind of stupid. I'm like, okay, don't go fight some 60-year-old man or something like that. But um, at one point, I do think Jake Paul gets knocked out. Maybe not in this fight, but at some point, Jake Paul's gonna feel himself a little bit too much, saying like, "Man, look, I'm knocking dudes out. I'm winning. I'm doing this." And one day, he's gonna think that he is el pinche gallo, the
Dorado.
purple cock, dorado, right? And he's gonna bite off a little bit more than he can chew, and he's gonna get in there with somebody who's just a little bit washed up, but not too washed up, and he's gonna put him to bed, man. He's
You
gonna
know,
put
Ed,
him to
I
bed.
wanted him to fight Gabe Rosado. I wanted him to fight
No.
Gabe Rosado, but guess what? Gabe Rosado is training him. He's
Yes.
sparring
Yes.
him. He's sparring him.
Yes.
But that I actually wrote to Gabe Rosado asking him to do whatever he had to do to fight Jake Paul, and he agreed. But like I said, now I just found out that he is part of his sparring group.
Yeah. Yeah. He helped train him in sparring. Yeah, I saw that. What's Jake's real weight division? I don't know. I think they're fighting at
Heavyweight.
cruiser. I think they're fighting cruiser. I
No, they
think.
are.
I'm
They're
not
fighting.
sure.
They're fighting at 200 pounds cruiserweight. But Jake's real weight division should be heavyweight. His real weight
Okay.
division. He's having a hard time making the 200 pounds, by the way. Yesterday, when they had the press conference, Chavez
Mm,
goes, he said something stupid about Chavez, and Chavez goes, "Hey, do you want to drink of water?" Because he knows that he is right now, he had to cut weight today to make the 200 pounds.
right. 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 All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I
hey,
agree.
man. Yeah. Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of this, a lot of stuff going on. What's up, Carlos Sam? So David, who wins this fight tomorrow?
Jake Paul. Jake Paul will win by decision. Julio Cesar Chavez will start off slow like the way he always does, and he'll be trying to go for the body. And Jake Paul's going to run all night. It's not going to tangle with him because Julio will hit him to the body, and that's how he'll take him out. Jake is going to hold, run all night. It's not going to be a great fight, but they're going to give it to Jake Paul. It's going to
I'm
be like the
actually,
Tyson Fury. It's going to be like the Fury fight. Remember the Fury fight? It's going to
uh,
be like that. Don't get me wrong. I like Chavez Jr. He's a good kid. And I'm glad he's going to get a big paycheck. I just hope they doesn't go spend it on drugs. You know what I mean? But
mm,
I want Chavez Jr. to win. I want him to win. And I hope he does. But I don't see it. But I hope he does.
okay, and I just want to make it clear, man. Vamos, Jake Paul. Let's go.
Okay.
Jake Paul, sí se puede, carnal. Dale pa sus tacos, vato. Look, okay, look. I never liked Chavez Jr., but I never met him, so
Yeah,
maybe I
he's a
shouldn't say
good
I don't.
kid, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so maybe I shouldn't say I don't like the guy because I don't know him personally, but everything that I seen from him, I'm just like, you know what the heck with this Vato dog wearing his hot pink speedos and
Yeah.
smoking Yesca while
It's
during his
it's
training
it's the
camp
it's
and
the
all
drugs,
that.
Holmes. It's the drugs, man.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I listen. I will be rooting for Jake Paul tomorrow. The evil, blonde-haired, green-eyed, white Puerto Rican devil. I'll be rooting. Vamos, Jake Paul. Dale pa sus tacos, way. Hey, all right. So I'm rooting for Jake Paul. If it goes the distance, look, Jake already has lost. He already has lost. He lost against Tommy Fury. Um, man, I want Jake to win. I think. See, if Chavez takes it even just a little serious, I don't see how Chavez doesn't win this fight, man.
Yeah.
It just he's an actual boxer. I don't think he was ever great, but he is an actual boxer. I'm gonna say Jake by decision. I don't know. I think if Jake if it goes, there's only a 10 round fight. If Chavez doesn't apply pressure and bring Jake down, man, start breaking him down in the first 3 4 rounds, I don't think so because I think the stamina is going to be on Jake's corner.
Yeah.
and I think Jay's gonna start breaking them down, man. So yeah, we got knocked out in the first round. Yeah, we got fights tonight, man. So we're gonna wrap it up here. But I before I do that, I want to play a little video, David. I want to get your thoughts on it.
All right.
So there's this channel called Ring, right? They had the interview with um, with Canelo and Crawford, and let me play just a little bit right here. It was cool because they got it's called Goats, greatest of all times. They have Tom Brady. They have
Yeah, I saw that.
Shaquille
I saw that
O'Neal.
with Tom Brady, man. That was cool.
Yeah, yeah. So I just want to this part right here, David. I want to get your thoughts. I vamos.
You know, and if you look at his career, don't get me wrong, okay? He's a good fighter, a great fighter. I always say before I see him calling me out and want the fight and everything. I see before, I say before he's a great fighter. But if you look at his career, mention one elite fighter. Just mention me one elite fighter.
So Postal wasn't elite.
Who?
Victor Postal.
Who's that guy?
Oh, cause so he wasn't commercialized. He wasn't.
Who's
He
that
wasn't a
Postal?
great. Ricky
What?
Burns wasn't elite.
What? 40.
Real quick, David. What's okay? What's your thoughts on that, man? If you look at Terrence Crawford's career and his resume, we'll finish it up here in a second. But is Canelo lying on this, man? He's
No,
he he said Victor Postal, and I'm like, okay, is that the best guy that he's fought outside of Errol Spence?
you know, Errol Spence was done, and he would have shot. I mean, I think Sean Porter is probably
Yes,
one of the best. You know, I mean, you think
yes.
about Sean Porter, even though Sean, I mean, he shouldn't have been done because he was young still. You know what I mean? I would have said Sean Porter because Sean Porter was a force to be reckoned with over Postal and over Ricky Burns, but I think he caught him off guard. He caught him off guard. He just didn't know how to answer. But I would have said that, and I still would have said Errol Spence. I still would have said that, even though
I,
he was shot up. But I still would have said that. But I wouldn't have said Postal or Ricky Burns compared to Porter and Spence. I wouldn't have said that.
Po- Victor Postal and Burns are decent names, and maybe at that time they were the top guys in their weight classes. But overall in boxing, you don't think of those dudes as
No,
high profile guys in the sport of boxing. And when I say high profile guys, like Terrence Crawford was saying, oh, because they're not commercialized. No, because they were good, but they weren't great. And I'm with you, David. I would have definitely said Sean Porter for dang sure. Let's see how this conversation goes.
A
Eh,
40 years old champion in that moment beat Mr. Poster in my gym. I saw that.
So Ricky Burns wasn't elite.
Ricky Bronx doesn't elite. He's
Okay,
not elite.
it's cool. Was
Is
well.
there a
I'm going to fight
champions?
another elite
There is a
fighter in
champions,
September.
good fighters, but elite fighters is different.
So
Way
so I'm gonna
different.
fight an elite fighter in September.
Yeah. Okay.
Then we're
We
gonna
we
see.
wanna find out.
Then we're gonna
We're gonna
find
find
out.
out.
Then we're gonna
And
find
don't
out.
get me wrong, you're a great fighter.
I know I'm great.
You're a great
You ain't
fighter.
gotta
But
tell
are
me
you
I'm
gonna
great.
find out? I hope
But I'm talking about
your
elite.
uncle Turki Alashi pay you enough money because you're gonna be it's gonna be the last. That's
It
for
may
sure.
be. It may be. Maybe.
I hope he pay you enough.
But you know, after fighters fight me, they never the same. So I just hope
Yeah.
your career continue
If you look at my
afterwards.
career, never same after me. They never
But
say.
That was good, man. That was a good exchange. Did you know that happened before he fought William Skull, David?
what's that? This interview?
That interview.
Really? Oh, dude,
That
I thought it was.
interview
I thought they just had it.
oh, no, they just released it.
Really?
They just released it. Yeah, but if
Wow,
you
I did
watch
not
it
know
all the
that.
way towards the end,
Ah,
Canelo was saying like I have to focus on William Skull first, and then we'll go ahead and we'll think about Crawford.
well, I did not know that. I thought it was like right after the fight or something.
Yes, yes,
Wow.
no, this was before he fought William Skull, and you know, I like what Canelo was saying, like, oh yeah, I hope your Uncle Turkey pay you a lot of
Yeah.
money, man, because it's gonna be your last. It was a good exchange and good stuff. I just didn't when it caught me off guard when I'm like, wait, you haven't fought William Skull yet? Like,
Hey
I
Ed, did you get a chance before we went on to see the live last promotions today with Canelo and Crawford? Did you get a chance to see it before we went
no,
on?
no, I
Watch
haven't.
it. It was really good, man. You know
Okay.
what? I'm telling you, and you know what? I think somebody I can't see because my computer. I'm using my iPad. It's a little small. Somebody mentioned. I think it was Pomona Soul mentioned. Does Crawford have a chance? Yes. And you know what? I can't wait till Mikey comes on because Mikey right now he's on a true believer that right here talking a lot today's press. Yeah, Crawford's talking a lot today's press conference. I think he has a chance of winning. Do I believe he's going to? As we get closer, we'll share that. But does he have a chance? Of course, man. Of course.
I look, I'll say this. I'll say this, man. There's people that are saying that Crawford at 168 now he's full. He's feeling himself because he was draining himself to make 147 and 154. So I don't know how truth that is, but the odd makers still have Canelo up by a little bit. I'm sorry, if Crawford becomes the favorite, I'm putting some money down on Canelo, man. I'm
Okay.
putting some money down on Canelo, and I just want to go ahead. I'm not taking another shot at
Mhm,
Chavez Jr. I'm just gonna
mhm,
speak something that's fact, and that is this, David.
mhm,
Canelo, Chavez Jr. I'm talking Chavez Jr.
mhm.
Look at Canelo. That is a vato that learned English. The reason why I bring that up, David, the reason why I bring that up, a few weeks ago, I went live by myself, and I put it out there. I went back quite a few years ago when Chavez was gonna fight Canelo. They did the face off on HBO. Canelo had not learned English yet, or he was in the very beginning process of learning English. Chavez went to that face off, spoke nothing but English. He's talking to another Mexicano. Canelo had the earpiece so they could do the translation. Chavez Jr. did not speak one word of Espanol. Oh no, he was Mr. Super Pocho. He wanted to show off how much English he knew, right? Oh, that vato, oh yeah, you're the dumb one. You're the only one that's not bilingual. Look at me. I'm pochoed out, man. I can speak English. Now you can't. Now look at Canelo. He's sitting up there with four other guys that don't know anything of Spanish and he's holding his own. Meanwhile, when Chavez is over here at these press conferences, he needs a translator to talk to the evil white man in English. I'm like, okay, see that
See,
that that
see. This should
things
be a
like that.
commercial. This should be a commercial for people that are watching. See, kids, never take drugs. Look at Chavez. He forgot English.
It's things like that make me not want to like the guy. It's,
Yeah.
it's it's little things like that, and wearing hot pink speedo
Yeah.
underwear and all that stuff. I just I don't know, man. The Allegiant Stadium thing, it is happening at Allegiant Stadium. The time still has not been out there. So real quick, it looks like ESPN Top Rank is leaving ESPN, or ESPN's closing the doors on boxing. But again, there's so many rumors going out there, man. And Top Rank looks like they're going to be taking the month of August off. They will not be having any fights while they're looking for a new home to land on. But David, anything else before we wrap it up, brother?
No, you know what? Go to the zone, man. Let's make the zone the boxing channel of boxing. Have PBC, have Golden Boy's already there, have Matchroom, and have Top Rank all on the zone, and we're set. We're set for life.
Hey, David, do you like Netflix? What do you think
Oh, I
about
love
Netflix?
Netflix. I love Netflix. Oh
Okay,
yeah, dude,
okay.
I've had Netflix from the very beginning, and I'm glad that the Canelo fight's going to be on there. I just hope that it doesn't happen what happened with when he fought Tyson, when Jake Paul fought Tyson. Dude, it was going on and off because I think this one's going to have more viewers, and I just hope that they're ready for it.
Yeah, Puerto Rican rum. Yes, there is a rumor that the PBC may be going to ESPN. However, it also looks like ESPN is just going to be doing pay-per-views or major fights. We don't know. We'll see what happens, man. But anyway, David, outside of that, brother, ready to watch some
No,
fights tonight?
ready to watch the fights. You know what? I don't have ESPN Plus here, so I will be watching the mobility. I'll be looking at it online. But tomorrow night, I definitely will be watching. Can't wait.
It is the biggest rivalry in all of boxing, Puerto Rico versus Mexico. Let's do it, everybody. Let's do it, Chingones. That is Gran Chingon, el mero mero one, Mr. David Contreras. Saludos to our brother, the boxing scientist, Mike Zavala from Mikey TV 365, Cholo Choclos, Tres Chingones Boxing. You guys enjoy the fights, whatever you guys do this weekend. Be safe doing it so we can come back and do it again. Catch you guys on next round.
All right.